Saving money has always come natural to me. Maybe it's because I grew up in an environment where the money we had never seemed to be enough, or I'm just naturally a risk-averse person, so I always tend to have some type of backup fund. Nonetheless, 2 years ago, my partner and I decided we wanted to do this thing called life together. Inevitably, we got onto the topic of money and had to ask ourselves what our goals were. We talked about our dreams and aspirations, and on that list was a house and a wedding. And thus, a 2-year-long savings journey began. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and a new video from me. Happy 2022. I hope this year is going well for you so far. As you can see in the title today, we are going to talk about savings and how I motivated myself to save a lot of money to buy a house. To be honest, I've always been a pretty good saver. Even when I didn't have a specific savings goal, I've always just put away money for a rainy day or if I wanted to go on an impromptu trip. So saving has always been like a regular routine for me to put away a little bit of something. But the past 2 years, I've actually been saving very specifically for a certain goal, which is this house. So I wanted to share with you how I kept myself motivated and on track during this 2-year period. So the first thing I did to motivate myself into saving more was to have a concrete goal. For me in particular, that was a house and a wedding. So I created a budget for a wedding that I found reasonable. Now that I'm in the middle of wedding planning, I'm seeing that I would need some more money, but I'm still gonna try to keep within that budget I set for myself 2 years ago. And the second thing was a house. So me and Richard are going to share the down payment, and we researched how much houses cost in his city and how much houses cost in Stockholm, because we didn't know where we would end up, just to get an idea of the prices and then also calculate, okay, what would be a 15% down payment on that price, and that would determine how much we would need to save at the end of the day. And the calculations showed us that we had to save about 50,000 USD to be able to afford a wedding and 15% down payment on a house wherever we would end up being in, and that amounts to 25,000 USD each. And having that very concrete number, but also like vision of a thing, so a house and a wedding, really helped us to keep us focused and on track for those 2 years. And having a concrete number also helped us to just calculate backwards, so we would be able to estimate, okay, how many dollars would we have to save monthly in order to reach that goal. The second thing is to keep your goal alive. With that, I mean, talk about your goal, share it with somebody who you're close with, who understands your vision and your dreams. That way your dream is put out there and you're accountable to somebody else other than just yourself. For me, I had my significant other, of course, and we kept that dream alive by him constantly sending house listings on Hemnet, on Zillow, and just showing like, oh, this house is in this price range. We would then have a monthly mortgage payment of this. And we really did this in order to visualize, like, even we could decorate this way, or we could make these changes in the house, or this would be cool if we did that. And that just kept the dream alive. It kept the goal alive. And we kind of interacted with the vision, with our goal, on a weekly basis. I would say almost like on a daily basis. It was really sobering talking about actual numbers, and it made it clear also for us when we eventually reached and surpassed our goal within 18 months. So that was awesome. Number 3 is having a savings partner. This is a little bit similar to the previous tip, but having a saving partner can really help you to stay motivated on a longer journey. It can be a savings goal that is the same as yours or a completely separate one, but having that friend or partner behind you can really keep you on track. If you have friends who are on savings journeys as well, they will more likely respect your budget and not really pressure you into doing things and spending unnecessary money. Obviously, we're in a pandemic right now, so it's the perfect opportunity to really save as much money as possible since we can't go out and do much anyway. The fourth thing is to have a sustainable savings amount. So you want to save an amount where you can still have money to pay your essential bills, obviously, but also do one or two fun things in your life and just put that gold edge in everyday life, because it's very easy to be carried away in the beginning of a journey and then realize, oh my God, this is too much for me, and you just fall off. For me, in the beginning of my savings journey 2 years ago, when I was very deliberate, I was like, okay, I'm going to save as much as I can and really put in a lot of money into the savings. But I found myself at the end of the month struggling and, have to go back into that saving pot and take some to be able to do those little twinkly things that makes my life like better. So definitely make sure to not overdo it. The goal is to actually save a little bit for the rest of your life, because it's not only, you don't only have certain goals, you have, pension one day. So really try to do it in a sustainable way so you don't fall off track and you actually stick to your savings goals. Number 5 is budget for fun. So this goes hand in hand with the previous tip, which means that you put away a little bit of money or budget away money for fun. I think it's important to have those little special things in everyday life that takes away that dull gray fog that sometimes can come into the mundane. So in order for you to actually stick to your savings goals, I think it's a really good idea to put away money in particular for things that you enjoy. That could be buying books, eating out, hanging out with friends. For me, it was shopping for little decor items for the apartment I had at the time. It was buying cheeky little clothes here and there and hanging out with friends when it was possible. Yeah, I think it's important to just put away a little something so you can actually enjoy life. And the sixth thing I did to keep myself motivated to save a lot of money in a short period of time was to surround myself with like-minded people. So in my friendship group, we were talking a lot about buying new apartments, who had bought a new apartment, or the thought of buying an apartment. So I had a lot of people around me who were either on the journey or had reached the journey of getting their own place. To be honest, I can be sometimes an impressionable person. So when I'm around people who are very chill and have a relaxed take to life, or maybe even low standards, you could say, I also relax a little bit back and I step back. But when I surround myself with people who are more go-getters and always reaching and exerting themselves, I become, positively pressured into trying to reach a little bit further than what I initially maybe would have thought. So I think it's really good to surround yourself with people who are kind of on that journey of trying to reach something higher. So in my friendship group, 2 of the people had already bought apartments, one with her partner and one with the help of a parent. And that made the goal somehow realistic because I had people around me who had done it and the rest of the people were on the journey to get there. To be honest though, reaching this goal in Stockholm is definitely a big challenge, but it can be done. So surrounding myself with people who were on that journey really helped myself to stick to my savings goals. So guys, that was the end of my video. 6 ways in how I motivated myself to save $38,749 in 2 years to buy my home. But I still wanted to leave you with some end remarks at this video. I think that saving shouldn't just be a one-time thing or for a certain goal, but you should always save a little something, because one thing that is for sure, for most of us at least, is that we are going to grow old, which means that we really need to save for our pensions. That is so important, and you are never too young to start. I started consciously saving for my pension when I was 27. I feel like that was when I got my first big girl job. However, I started unconsciously long-term saving back when I was 23 because, again, I'm just a natural saver, always saving for a rainy day. So that has been with me for a long time. So even if you only have very little income, you can save a little something. And when it comes to a pension, it's usually a long-term savings, so you can actually invest it. Me, myself, I am a little bit of a risk-averse person, and I'm not very interested in the stock market. So I just save in stock funds, which is like a big bag mixed of different stocks. And it has worked really well for me since I started when I was 23. Like, the money has really gone up like 120% at least. So imagine how it's going to be when I'm 60 something. So that's something I would like to leave with you, is just save a little something, even if you don't have much of an income. However, for me, I'm actually not saving or investing anything right now because I just don't have an income at all. But even when I get my very few and in between YouTube checks here and there, I try to put away like 10 to 15% just to maintain that good habit of saving money and putting it away for a rainy day. So that's really what I want to leave you with, is try to make saving a good habit that just keeps on going in your life. But yeah, guys, that was the end of this video. I really hope that it gave you the energy and motivation to really start saving in 2022 and long after that. Maybe you have your own tips on how to stay motivated on a savings journey. If you do, please comment that and share in the comment sections below. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.